here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Steps away. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Julian Love.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Akers.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
They'll look to run with Akers.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Cam Akers.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here's Carter now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
They'll run here with Lindsey.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's first and 10 from the 12. They'll try the left side. Thomas. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And this was complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Akers. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. These two teams all tied after one. In search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is 9th play of the drive. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Harrison Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Texans 14, Washington 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles. 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But if their intensity doesn't waver, I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
61, matchbox, right. Hey, exit.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Rolling to his right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll get it field. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
So this CD, obviously such a big game, and we'll continue to talk about its importance as we go on. I thought it was interesting. This head coach in his weekly media availability, he was asked who he would lean on in a game like this, and he said it was all about the veterans.
And Brandon, I like his approach because he's obviously thought about this, right? Who can get me not just through this game, but through the rest of the season? And he looks to his veterans. They've been around the team. They can guide everyone and let them know the importance of winning this one. But also, how do we attack what's left in the season and get us ready for what we hope is going to be some postseason play?
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
So, Charles, a nice throw there by a man who, until this week, was the backup here, elevated to get the start due to injury. How different do you think this offense will be?
Well, the hope is not much, but obviously it's hard to say until you get out there and see how your guys respond. And fortunately, this might just be a 1 or 2 week absence. But I do think that this unit has faith in him. They believe that he can play well, and they're going to band together to give him every opportunity.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Set. 30 base. Hey, zoom.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go play action now. Lawrence
sliding out of the pocket. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They run with Thomas. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied here in the second quarter. this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A give, running right is Akers.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mahomes going to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run here with Akers.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Cam Akers as the first half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On first down, it's Lindsey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Moss. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Right back to Moss. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. Akers. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And the Texans first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 32. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Mahomes now to throw.
Moss going to have a first down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
On first down, Akers, and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Akers.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Moss once more.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Zach Moss,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here's Carter now on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Lawrence.
Screen pass to Lindsey.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go hard.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And Washington able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Going right back to Akers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Moss. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
2nd and 8. They'll go again here with Moss. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 67 yards on the ground for him so far.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st.
Now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Lawrence's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10. This is Thomas. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. He'll find Lindsey here. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
X3, 218, chopper. Go.
On play action, Lawrence. They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They go play action with Lawrence. A little check down to Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Butker's kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
To throw is Mahomes. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll try and run for this with Moss.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
52's the mark, boy. 52.
On 1st down, Moss. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
$8 yards to go on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. From escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for Houston,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get